Hi there, Alana Corso, managing broker, co-founding partner of Dwell Realtors. Checking in this week to talk about COVID-19 and the coronavirus and how it's affecting us here in the Bay Area. So, with the national state of emergency and now a mandated shelter in place here in San Mateo County and over 6 counties here in the Bay Area, the novel coronavirus and COVID-19 is really affecting kind of, obviously the world, the United States, and then locally here in the Bay Area. So I thought it would be good to kind of give some time this week to update what it means kind of in our local real estate market and just offer some resources that I found to be helpful while we navigate these uncharted territories. So first of all, I'm here for all of my clients and my friends anytime, if you need, to talk to someone or FaceTime or do a virtual cocktail hour, I'm game. Being cooped up in our houses, with only being able to really kind of go out for walks and hikes, it's hard and it's a new adjustment for all of us, but I'm happy to talk to anyone anytime. So consider that an open invitation. Our Dwell office closed and everybody is working from home. And, we're fortunate that we have a business that we can do most everything remotely. But it is not exactly business as usual. So we've put a pause on any open houses, no brokers tours, and also no showings of houses to really help basically flatten the curve and stop the spread of the virus. We all, as business owners, my partners and I feel really strongly in following the guidelines that the San Mateo County Health Department, the CDC, everybody has put out there, and really feel that we need to do our part and stop spreading the virus so it can be contained and we can hopefully go back to life sooner than later. How is it affecting real estate transactions? So currently, any houses that are in escrow, they've been kind of proceeding, and depending on what point of their lending cycle they were in, everything is chugging along. Lenders are busy, interest rates are low. So the files might be just taking, a little bit longer than normal. And currently in San Mateo County, they are able to e-record the county, so you're able to close escrow. For any houses that maybe are newer in the cycle or just got into contract, or maybe you get into contract in the next week or so, this is where it's going to be a little bit more uncertain. To my knowledge and from my communication with the lenders that I work with, all appraisals have been put on hold with the shelter in place. So you have to have an appraisal when you do a house purchase, and that basically comes down to it's just going to hold up the lending cycle. It's basically going to just hold in place. And so again, it's going back to, it may take a little bit longer than normal to be patient. Both parties are on board. This is something we don't have any control of, but you can still technically buy a house if you want to now, and it just might take longer than usual. Selling houses, for the listings that I'm getting ready that we're supposed to launch in April, we've basically paused everything. You can't bring vendors in that are not essential, and people don't really, again, trying to flatten that curve and keep everybody from, doing too much. It's, people are choosing not to have workers come in their house, and totally understandable. So those, we're going to have to wait and see. And after our shelter in place orders here for the next 3 weeks to kind of pick up and see where we're at the time. With the Fed doing an, unprecedented drop to 0% for interest rates, a lot of people assume that means that, your home mortgage rates, drop substantially as well. And actually, that the Fed rate is different than what home mortgage rates are based off of. Home mortgage rates, for the most part, are based off of, you have to look at what the 10-year Treasury is doing. And any experienced lender can explain that to you. And they are historically really low. They are absolutely low. But with the volatility in the 10-year Treasury, mortgage rates could fluctuate a bit here through the next couple weeks. So it's, it is a good time to refinance if it's a substantial difference to your existing rate. You have to keep in mind that lenders are busy and it may take a lot longer, and you actually can't get that appraisal done now during the shelter in place. And same with purchase. Purchase money is really inexpensive. But again, you got to do what's right for your personal situation. I'm happy to, talk to you anytime about it. And kind of, figure out what your options are, because there's a lot of different layers of complexity and levels that levers we can kind of turn on, turn off to make this situation work well for you. As we are sheltering in place and kind of figuring out this new normal of homeschooling kids, I have 3 kids and it's definitely challenging. I'm amazed with what our teachers and administrators have been put together in, the past, 4 days of pivoting to distance learning. And I would love to hear any resources you are using to kind of keep your kids entertained and do stuff. I have a teenager, she's super frustrated that she can't go out and meet her friends and have her boyfriend come over. So, resources you can send my way are great. I've seen there's some cool, virtual museum tours you can do, a lot of fun science experiments outside of just the regular learning that the teachers are posting. Some resources for us here in the Bay Area, especially on the peninsula. The website, the 650, has a cool list of all the restaurants that are currently, and they keep adding to this list, open for takeout and what they're doing. So be sure to check that website out. In San Carlos, I know some of my favorite restaurants have opened up to do takeout only, like the Toss on Laurel Street, one of my favorite salad, grab and go places. Tracy has delicious soups, but she's doing takeout only. You can order ahead. You can get quarts of soup for your family, and order, a few salads. And salads without dressings will keep for a couple days, so it's a great thing to have in your fridge. One of my favorite restaurants, Johnston Saltbox, has opened up provisions counter where you can go on their website and order different items and go to it's normally their wine counter, but you can pick up your food for takeout there. So, it's making the best of what we have and trying to get through this. It's uncharted territory, unprecedented times. And I think it comes down to, us all working together and, being patient and empathetic and kind. And we can make it through these challenging times. Again, open invitation to chat anytime on the phone, text, FaceTime, do a Zoom call. I know some friends and I are talking about doing a virtual happy hour soon because I think it's needed. And that's that. I hope you stay healthy. I hope you take care, and I look forward to keeping in touch. Take care.